Welcome to Sacred Sublimity with the preview of the upcoming Sunday School lesson from Deuteronomy 15th chapter, 4th through the 11th verse, and Matthew 25th chapter, 42nd through the 45th verse, entitled Giving to the Community. Let us read the scripture text together.
Deuteronomy 15th chapter, 4th through the 11th verse, King James Version. Save when there shall be no poor among you, for the Lord shall greatly bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it. 5. Only if thou carefully hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all these commandments which I command thee this day. 6. For the Lord thy God blesseth thee, as he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over thee. 7. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren, within any of thy gates in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother. 8. But thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need in that which he wanteth. 9. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, The 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him naught, and he cry unto the Lord against thee, and it be sin unto thee. 10. Thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him, because that for this thing the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy works, and in all that thou puttest thine hand unto. 11. For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt open thine hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy, in thy land. Matthew 25th chapter, 42nd through the 45th. King James Version. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. 43. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in, naked, and ye clothed me not, sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. 44. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? 45. Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. May the Lord add his blessings to the readers and hearers of his word. Seeing the needs of others.
Have you ever walked past someone in need and felt a sudden sharp pang of responsibility? A fleeting thought, a question that whispers, should I do something? You see a man huddled in a doorway, shivering against the biting wind. You notice a young mother at the grocery store, her face etched with worry as she puts items back on the shelf. These moments are more than just random encounters. They are divine invitations. It is a persistent summon to pause, to see, to act. It is a call that has reverberated through the ages, a theme woven deeply into the fabric of Scripture. In the ancient words of Deuteronomy, God laid out a blueprint for a just and merciful society. He urged his people not to harden their hearts or shut their hands against their poor brothers and sisters. He envisioned a community where no one would be left destitute because everyone was committed to generosity.
Who God asks us to notice.
When the Bible speaks of the needy, it gives them names and faces. It does not speak in abstract terms of the poor as a faceless abstract. Instead, it points to specific groups of people who were, and often still are, the most vulnerable in society. God repeatedly commands his people to care for the orphan and the widow. These were individuals who had lost their primary source of protection and provision in a male-dominated world. Without a father or a husband, they were left exposed, often at the mercy of others. God's command was a radical form of social security, a divine safety net woven from human kindness and obedience. The call extends to another specific group, the foreigner, the stranger, the migrant. The people of Israel were reminded time and again, you yourselves were foreigners in Egypt. This shared history was meant to foster a deep sense of empathy. They knew what it felt like to be outsiders, to be powerless and dependent on the hospitality of others. Therefore, they were instructed to love the foreigner as themselves, offering them welcome, protection, and a place within the community. In our world today, filled with refugees and immigrants seeking safety and a new beginning, this ancient command speaks with a fresh and urgent power, challenging our fears and our prejudices.
Giving beyond obligation.
Every culture has some concept of charity and helping those less fortunate. But the law God gave to his people was fundamentally different. It went far beyond the world's standards of grudging duty or giving for public recognition. God's law was not just about the act of giving, it was about the attitude of the heart. The command in Deuteronomy is explicit.
Do not harden your heart. Do not shut your hand. You shall open your hand wide to your brother.
It describes a generosity that is willing, cheerful, and unreserved. This divine law called for a proactive, not a reactive, kindness. It wasn't enough to simply respond if someone begged for help. God's people were instructed to anticipate needs,
seeing Jesus in the eyes of the needy.
One of the most stunning and revolutionary ideas Jesus introduced was the direct link between serving people and serving God. In the 25th chapter of Matthew, the parable of the sheep and the goats, the righteous are confused. They ask Jesus,
Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink?
They had simply been going about their lives, responding to the needs right in front of them. They acted out of simple human compassion. Jesus' reply changes everything.
Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these, you did for me.
Jesus completely identifies himself with the poor and needy. Serving them is serving Jesus. Every small act of kindness becomes an act of worship.
The first step is an open hand.
The call to compassion can feel overwhelming. The needs of the world are vast, and our own resources can feel so small. But God does not ask us to solve global poverty on our own. Jesus calls us to take a single, simple step with an open hand and an open heart. So, what can you do right now, right where you are? The possibilities are as varied as the needs around you. Do you have a few extra dollars? Give to a local food bank, give to a shelter, help a family you know is struggling. If money is tight, consider your possessions. A warm coat you no longer wear, extra cans in your pantry, children's clothes that have been outgrown. The care we extend to others impacts the inheritance we receive. God calls us to live with open eyes, compassionate hearts, and generous hands towards the less fortunates.
I command thee, saying, Thou shalt open thine hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land.